Good afternoon and welcome to the Courtroom Chronicles Trials of South Africa. Imagine stepping into a Bolt and you're thinking you're going home safely only to be abducted, blindfolded, humiliated, and left traumatized. That's exactly what happened to South African comedian Simthande Myeza on the 17th of June 2025. This is not just a crime story. This is a wake-up call for everyone who uses ride-hailing apps like Bolt or Uber in South Africa. So let us get into what happened to Simthande Myeza. According to an official statement released by the Myeza Family, Simthande took a Bolt ride in Durban. And when the car started taking a strange route, he asked the driver to turn back. That's when everything went wrong. The driver became aggressive. He stopped the vehicle and two other men arrived and one had a pew-pew. And Simthande was blindfolded. His hands were tied. They drove him to an unknown location where they accessed his phone and emptied his bank account. Then when they realized who he was, because he's famous, he's known, you'll see him on TikTok, he's there, Facebook, he's there, YouTube, he's there. I think at some point he works for Ukos or he's working there. I just know something like that. And now when they realized who he was, things became even more disturbing. They contacted his family and friends demanding a ransom. And even forced him to perform humiliating acts, taking photos and videos of him. He was released in the early hours of the morning. He's now safe with his loved ones. We thank God for that. And the matter has been reported to the police. And this isn't just an isolated story, it's a pattern. We've heard it. You are targeted. You're a woman, you're a man, you are targeted. It makes us even scared, guys, to use these e-hailing apps, because now you don't know who you are. You requesting? Are you going to be safe? Should you carry something to protect yourself? It's bad. And how will you know this one is safe and that one is not safe? We will discuss that a little bit later. But we have seen that a lot of people, even after being cautionary, and doing what they need to do, still bad things happen to them. I don't know where must we go? This country is just going south and it's becoming worse by the day. So it's bigger than one victim. It's bigger than one victim because it happened to different people. This is another story that we've heard this week. Just a few weeks ago, a school teacher in Soweto ordered an e-hailing ride. A few days later, he was found unalived. And in another province, a Bolt driver was pew-pewed this week, caught in a crossfire between passengers and attackers. These events are not random. They are not. They reveal a chilling vulnerability in our e-hailing systems. What started as convenient, affordable transport has become a hunting ground for syndicates. We've heard of a lot of stories. I'm sure you've heard of one. We even hear of stories like this in TikTok almost daily. People will be saying there's a new scam. This happened to me, or I was abducted. I was coming from somewhere and I requested this e-hailing ride and this is what happened to me. So the painful thing is that people are dying. Survivors are traumatized. Like we can see here, Simthande Myeza is left traumatized. People have pictures of him in a vulnerable position. And, they took pictures, they took videos. And I think it was a way of making him not reporting this incident. And many more are still silent. Some people find it even hard to talk about what they went through. So what is e-hailing and why is it failing us? Let's talk about it. E-hailing means using an app like Bolt, Uber, or InDrive to book a car. No street hailing, no cash, just tap, ride, and go. We know. sometimes we even say, to be safer, don't carry cash, or to be what, do this and do this. In South Africa, this is how regulated the National Land Transport Amendment Act that was signed in 2024 and enforced in 2025. Drivers are supposed to be vetted, they are supposed to be licensed, and have roadworthy vehicles. Apps offer SOS buttons, but how many of us know about these SOS buttons? Trip tracking. Yes, sometimes we carry our phones, and because like Simthande, when he saw that that route is changing, then he asked the driver to go back, and the driver actually got aggressive and more people joined. So, and background checks in theory, when you're requesting right now, you're not thinking of checking their background, checking if the person has a criminal record. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking of going from point A to point B. That is what we're thinking of. So I'm thinking we hardly check. And it's not a lot of us who look at the photo also and look at the driver and check at the registration number. We are so used to these e-hailing services that we don't even look at these things anymore. But in reality, criminals use fake accounts or rent out verified driver profiles. I think people should get into trouble for giving someone else your profile. Because I'm requesting someone, I'm expecting maybe a dark-skinned or light-skinned person, tall, and when I look at the photo of the person that I requested from and the person who's driving, you are allowed to say, no, I'm not getting in. I'm seeing two different people. The person I see here and you're not the same. But Tina, we get inside, and some of us keep quiet. Some of us, we ask, why is the picture that's here? And someone will explain sometimes. So e-hailing in South Africa, it is regulated, but some things we're doing them in theory. Passengers, they board cars with no clue who's really behind the wheel. Law enforcement are still catching up while people suffer in the meantime. And these e-hailing apps, they've made life to be simple for us. If you do not have a vehicle and you are going to get groceries, it's easy for you to carry them and so on and so on. So what does the law say? Legally, Simthande's abductors could face serious charges. They can face kidnapping charges, armed robbery, extortion, crimes of a sexual and humiliating nature, and intimidation. So these are not just petty crimes. They are serious offenses under the criminal law of South Africa. And here's the twist to this. The ride-hailing company could also face a legal scrutiny if it's proven that the driver was not properly vetted, or if previous complaints were ignored. So some of us, we go through these things and we don't report, but it's important to report, because then there's something that they can go and look good. Oh, so people have been complaining. There are incidents that have happened before. So this is where civil lawsuits come in. Families can sue for negligence. So we need to protect ourselves before it's too late. So let's get real. If you're going to use a ride-hailing service in South Africa, please remember these tips. Match the car model, the license plate before getting in. Even the car, Lamina, I look at all those things. Confirm the driver's face if it matches your app. Share your trip with a trusted contact. That's what I do most of the time. Immediately when I get in, I'm already sharing the trip. Don't ignore your gut. If something feels off, cancel. Because most of the time we get into these things and someone would say, but there's something that told me not to get in, or I could feel this and that. Listen to that gut. Know the emergency buttons. Bolt and Uber both have in-app SOS, and some of us, we don't know that you can press these things. If anything happens, report it immediately. Save receipts, screenshots, messages, everything. That is evidence. So what happened to him is very sad. It's very sad. Simthande's story is hard to hear, and it's a reality that can happen to anyone. I mean, we request these rights for our parents. You know, we request them for ourselves. Sometimes you were in a place and it's late and you're thinking, ish, to be safer, or I'll use a Ehaling app later on because it's late and all of that. But things are happening. So this is our awareness. It's our warning. It's also our legal education. This is the niche. As you know, here it's a legal education niche, and this is part of it. We are reporting true crime stories, and we just thank God when people have made it alive and they are there to tell us the tale. And most of the time that doesn't happen. The opposite happens. So we're just happy that he's fine, and we are praying that he recovers from this traumatic event. So I'm Busisiwe Mohapi, and this is what I do. I break down real stories with real legal meaning. If you've had a bad experience with e-hailing ride, I want you to comment on the below section. Let's educate, let's protect, let's demand more of these companies and our justice system to catch up. You know, we need these e-hailing companies to catch up, because things are reported but nothing happens. So please subscribe for more legal insights, and please share this video. It might save someone's life. And with that being said, enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend, Mdase, and we'll see each other on the next one. God bless you. Ciao.